What's good, YouTube? How you guys doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yeah, my face is a little bit oily because it's been super duper dry, so I've been having to put some like thick, heavy lotion stuff on there, whatever. I'd rather be oily than dry, you feel me? But so how you guys doing? I know it's been like a month since I've been on here. Got me some blue cheese because I'm about to be eating some wings. And I'm at work, so don't mind the motherfucking cigarettes sitting behind me. Whew, why these birthday finna about to be so hot? Like burning my mouth type stuff when I like mild. Okay. So, like I said, I know it's been a while since I've been on here, guys, but that's because I wanted to do a story time while doing my makeup. But I have everything I need to do a full face of makeup except for foundation, which is really annoying. So I just thought I would come to y'all and let y'all know that and do a little. Now I asked them to fry these hard because I don't like motherfucking soft, soggy. Wings, but they look soggy to me. So yeah, just gonna come to y'all with a little story time that I was going to do while doing my makeup, but well, that'll just have to be, I guess, the second baby, my second child's birth. So I hope nobody comes by. I can just get through my little story with my first baby, which see police lights or something. I don't know. But anyway, so I have 3 kids. I have an 11-year-old, I have a 8-year-old, and I have an 3-year-old. And I'm going to start off with the story time with my 11-year-old. I'm 27. Yeah, I'm 27. Hold on, guys. I'm 27. And yeah, so I have my daughter. Okay, so I'm gonna start all the way back. Wow. I was like 15. I was like 14. Actually, yeah, I was like 14. Just got in the 9th grade or whatever. I met this girl, my daughter's aunt. That was my best friend. We're not cool no more. It is what it is. That's a whole nother story. But anyway, so yeah, I met her in high school, and then I had started going to her house, whatever. These wings is real soggy, and I said not soggy, bro. That like turns my stomach, but I'm gonna have to do what it do. So anyway, so yeah, I met her in the 9th grade. So we was kicking it, whatever. We became real good friends. Then she asked me to come to her house, or I asked to go to her house, whatever. Anyway, I got to her house, and she always used to tell me about her brother or whatever, that all the girls be liking him and this, that, and the third or whatever. But I'm like, okay, cool, I'm here for you or whatever. So I get to her house. Long story short, me and him get to kicking it at nighttime. 15 years old by this point, doing things that you shouldn't be doing, but it was going down. And yes, me and her were still friends. When she found out, she was butthurt. I don't know why, because she used to mess with my brother, but I don't know. But yeah, so long story short, so me and him started messing around or whatever. Everything was all cool. So time goes on, I ends up pregnant at 15. I was all excited not to be pregnant by him per se, because no, we wasn't together or nothing. We was just kids doing us, being young or whatever. And I always wanted a baby ever since I was growing up. I just wanted a baby. I just wanted a baby. So I found out I was pregnant. I thought I was pregnant for whatever reason. I don't know. Probably didn't get my period or something. But I thought I was pregnant. I took some tests. They said negative. So I told him that it said negative, which was in the real early stage of my pregnancy. And I guess that's why I said negative, because and then like 2 months after that, when it said negative, I said, okay, I guess I'm not. But I was still thinking I was, because of like symptoms and stuff that I was having. But the test said no, and I was 15, so that's all I knew was like no. So these people are distracting me, y'all. My bad. But so that's all I knew was no. But I was still thinking I was, but because of symptoms I was having. So 2 months later, I was cleaning or whatever, and I was using some type of like floor cleanser stuff, and it just made me super nauseous and lightheaded. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute, why the fuck I'm feeling like this? So literally next, like, it was our house door, and then another house door, not house, but not even row homes. It was like apartments on like downtown streets, whatever. And then it was something like a Planned Parenthood, but not like, I don't know how to explain it. It was like a nursery place for real, but they did they did pregnancy tests, and I guess offered stuff for babies and stuff like this. But so yeah, so I'm like, hold up, why I'm feeling like this? So I goes to the place right there, and they give me a pregnancy test, and they told me I was pregnant. I immediately got like scared, and then, but I was happy, but I was nervous, but I was like just so ecstatic. And they also ended up giving me an ultrasound too, and whole time I'm 3 months pregnant up in this bed. And like, I knew I was pregnant, but the test said no, so then we was at no. Okay, y'all gotta give me 1 second, because here comes the customer and it's about to irritate me, but I'm at work, so hold on 1 second.
Antifreeze and a Russian cream backwood single.
Hold on, my bad, y'all. I had to go get something for somebody. So yeah, they give me the pregnancy test or whatever. Oh yeah, so I was 3 months pregnant with that thing. So I'm like, so I'm all ecstatic. I'm happy as a motherfucker. I get my little paper, say I'm pregnant, say how far along I am, this, that, the third. Mind you, me and him, my daughter's father, we used to have talks, because of course at first when we started, we was using protection. I wasn't on no birth control or nothing, because I wasn't really out there like that. But I was not a virgin when I met him, but that's neither here nor there. But we was using protection, but then one time we ain't have it, so we just went on and then never used it again. We used the pull-out method. So girls, if you're listening, the pull-out method does not work, because my baby is 11 years old and she's definitely a pull-out baby. Not in a harsh way, because like I said, I always wanted a baby, but pulling out don't work, just saying. So he would always pull out and stuff. So, oh yeah, but I used to ask him, like, so when we talk on the phone all night and shit, I used to be like, so what if I do become pregnant or whatever? He would be like, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to take care of mine. Yo, people be scaring me when they just pull up and stare at me and look at me all crazy and shit. Like, hold on one more time. So, damn. Okay, so then he used to be like, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to take care of mine, this, that, and the third. So I'm like, okay. Because, of course, I would want to ask these questions if we're sitting here bumping raw. So, yeah, I had my paper. I'm all ecstatic, excited, everything. Go to the run. Because, okay, I'm from Baltimore. So, at this time, I lived on 22nd and St. Paul Street, something like that. And they lived on 27th and Greenmount. That was about 22nd to 27th. That many blocks up plus over like 4 or 5 blocks. But we always walked up and down each other's house. Me and who was my best friend at the time, the girl. So, yeah, so I run up there. I'm all happy. Get to the house. He's sitting there playing the game. She in the kitchen. I'm like, I'm pregnant. Give him the paper. I'm all happy. He sits there. Looks at the paper. Doesn't make one smile. Doesn't change his face. Don't say nothing. So I'm like, basically, how do you feel about this or whatever? Like, what am I gonna do? And he gonna say, I don't know, keep doing what you've been doing. The fuck do that mean? We all know what that meant at that point, alright? Oh. So, I was really, like, broke at that point. Like, damn, that's how you gonna carry it? That's how you gonna play me? Alright. So, and like I said, we wasn't together, but, like, we would always, all of us always hung together. Like, me and him was together, like, almost every night. Like, chill, watch movies, play outside, chill on the porch, chill in the house. Like, we was all always together. Like, the groups, it was the boy group and the girl group. And plus, all the girls liked him too, but I ain't give a fuck. I was dropping jaws when they found out that I was pregnant by him. Like, it's not that fucking deep. He's not a super fucking hero. I wish it would have been one of y'all instead of me. But anyway, so he tells me that. So then all the kids started acting crazy. They pregnant, like making it weird or whatever for him, I guess. I ain't give a fuck. But then his mother wanted to talk to us. And he basically acted like he ain't had nothing to say. Like he ain't want nothing to do. Blah, blah, blah. So he ain't talked to me for a minute. I kept trying to talk to him. I kept trying to write him letters. I kept trying to communicate with him, but he was really, like, ignoring the fuck out of me. At this point, got a little girlfriend. I mean, all type of shit. So, one day he came up to me, because like I said, his sister was my best friend. And I was on the porch, and he gonna say, you need to get an abortion. All the stuff you doing now, running around with my best friend, whose name I shall not say, my ex-best friend, running around with her, blah, 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 you're not gonna be able to do that no more, this, that, and the third. So I'm like, I don't care, like, I'm not getting rid of my baby. If you don't want to help me, you could just say that. If you don't want to be around, you could just say that, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, I'm gonna leave him out of it and move on, because from that point on, he was out of it till she was like 3. So anyway, so I goes into labor and delivery. Actually, his dumbass, he did come to my labor, but he came for like 5 seconds and then left and said the doctor said I won't have a baby till the next day. Like, nigga, you can't predict when a fucking baby comes. Like, oh, just making me sick thinking about him. So, so my labor, alright, so my uncle came to my house because he wanted to be in the room when I had gave birth. So he came to stay the night at my house, so that way whenever day I did go into labor, he would be there. So that night that he had came, mind you, my due date was December 15th. I went all the way to my due date. So I guess you'll say December 14th, he had came, and that night, I didn't know I was in labor, but he knew, but I was so young and I've never experienced it, so I didn't know that what I was feeling was basically labor. Like, my back started hurting, I was feeling pressure, I was like, just not feeling good, like toss and turn all night and stuff. So the next day, I can't remember, was I bleeding? I think I was bleeding or something, and my uncle and my mother was like, I think you're in labor, like, you need to go to the hospital, blah, 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 blah. So, but my water didn't break yet, my membrane didn't break yet, nothing didn't happen like that. Like, I think I was just bleeding a little bit and having that pain that night. And my uncle had to go pick up his check, so they was like, I told him I wanted to go with him so I could like get it popping if it was time. So I went with him or whatever, and it's so crazy because I like the ride with him. I don't know if I was in pain, because I don't remember feeling pain, but I just remember being blacked out. I just remember bits and pieces of, like, I don't remember the bus ride there or something. Then I remember seeing like a house or whatever. Then I don't remember some stuff, and then I remember just sitting on then I remember coming back on the bus and seeing a lady with her child, and I was thinking like, that's gonna be me soon, I'm about to have a whole baby out here or whatever. And then I remember meeting up with my dad, and we was all at the bus stop, and I had went to sit on a bench, and I was like, Daddy, it feels squishy down there. So he looked at my uncle like, cause I guess they knew what was going on, whatever. I didn't know what was going on. So they like, oh, you need to go to the hospital, you need to go to the hospital. So we hurry up and rush up to the hospital. It was right up the street. Oh, I hate that hospital, worst hospital ever. And I had midwives. I don't freaking know why. You can ask my mother that. But I hurry up and rush up the street, and they take me to the bathroom because they want me to see if my water was broken. My water wasn't broken, but my membrane had broke. It's like a bunch of mucus looking stuff. And it was like a bunch of mucus looking stuff. But like I said, my water had not broke yet. So they did keep me. I was a couple centimeters dilated. I guess they had gave me Pitocin. I don't know. Back then, I don't know. I really remember being whacked out of it. I don't remember getting an epidural, but I know I got an epidural, however you say it. I know I got it. And I guess that put me to sleep. And I was just out of it until it was time to push. I remember certain things. Like, I remember my baby father and his friend coming in. But then they, like, left right back. And then the whole lobby was filled with, like, all this family that I had. But so yeah, I went to sleep or whatever for the most part. Then I remember just waking up, and I remember just pushing. I remember my sister feeding me some ice chips. I remember having oxygen mask on, and them ladies had me in that bitch pushing for like 3 hours. They broke my water. Actually, so before I started pushing, they broke my water. They said that my daughter had shit. She did her first shit in me, I guess, because she went so long. And then they broke her water. They seen that she shit. That's supposed to mean emergency C-section. They're midwives, so they believe in natural birth. So they just let me freaking push for 3 hours, knowing that she had already shit when they broke my water. And I didn't even, like, I wasn't even contracted all the way yet. So they let me contract out. Then they let me push for 3 hours. And then she finally came out. They had to, like, push on my stomach, do something down there, all this stuff. And then she finally came out. She was 9 pounds, 10 point some ounces. My first baby. And I had just turned 16. My birthday's November 5th. Hers is December 15th. So I had just turned 16 and pushing out a damn big ass baby. So, yeah, I pushed her out. So by them making me wait so freaking long, the shit got into her lungs. So that's why they say, like, I'm gonna put a picture. Probably have a couple pictures, but not. I wish I had the picture with the when she was on the ECMO machine, and she had these 2 big tubes. Like, me or her dad had to sign for her to actually get that surgery, and in case something went wrong. And I made his ass sign that because I wasn't signing that. But that's one of the times he was at the hospital. He was at the hospital that one time she needed that big surgery, and then he came one other time. No, that one time she needed a big surgery. The one time that he actually met her, like, when they took her to the other hospital after she was born, and they had to, like, because when she came out, she was purple and green, y'all. Like, my baby wasn't alive. So they was, like, lifting up her arms. They was just dropping. They was smacking her feet real hard, smacking her butt real hard and stuff, trying to get her to come to and everything. But I just remember kept saying, what's wrong with my baby? What's wrong with my baby? And my dad looked at me and he was telling me to hush and shit. I'm like, what's wrong with my baby? But I couldn't really talk or move much. But I just seen the looks on everybody's face. And basically, they had to bring my baby back to life. Like, I couldn't even hold her when I had first had her. And then I didn't see her again until she was in an incubator. And they was taking her, off to another hospital. And they wanted me to stay at the hospital, but I was like, fuck no, I'm going to the hospital with my baby. So, and it's so crazy because in the hospital that they took her to, it was you walk into the room and it's like a U shape with all the incubators. And I walked right up to my baby. Mind you, when I seen her incubator, she was swaddled all the way up. Before they actually took her, I was halfway out of it. She was swaddled all the way up to her neck and then had the hat on. All you could see was this. But when they took her to the other hospital and I walked in, she was like butt naked, except she had on a diaper, and they had her underneath for like how I knew exactly which baby was mine and walked right to my baby. Like, that's just so crazy to me to this day. But so yeah, anyway, he came to the hospital like 2, maybe 3 times, because the third time he got an attitude because I was there and left. My nigga, I was there every day, but this ain't about him. But anyway, so yeah, she had to stay in the hospital for 4 whole months. She had to get what's it called, a G tube, which is a feeding tube. It's like a little thing that they put inside of they put a hole in the side of their stomach, and then it's like a little button that you can open up and close, so that way you can adapt the feeder to it. And the food pumps through a machine and through a long through a long cord, and it pumps it into her stomach instead of her sucking it from a bottle. So I couldn't breastfeed her. She couldn't suck from a bottle. She never sucked pacifier. When she was in the hospital for the 4 months, they kept trying to stimulate her lips and stuff to get her to suck on a pacifier or a bottle, but she couldn't. She wouldn't do it. She couldn't do it. So first she was eating through her nose, but in order for her to come home, they gave her the G tube, and she had to eat from that. Then she was on, but before that, when she was like half a month old, they had to put her on the ECMO machine, which was the 2 needles in her, 2 tubes in her neck, and it was a big machine, and it had to take the blood. It took the blood from it took the blood from inside of her body out one tube and put it through a big machine to put oxygen into her blood, and then the other tube was putting the blood back into her body with the oxygen now in it. And my baby was real swollen, and they had to keep putting stuff on her lips because they was getting dry, in her eyes, and it was just a horrific type of thing. And like, I would never wish that on my worst enemy. And I just thank God that my baby came out of that, because I really wanted my baby, despite what whoever else didn't want her. I really wanted my baby, and I love my baby, and I thank God that she made it out of that, and she's very smart and intelligent to this day. Now I am about to sue some motherfucking body, because I don't know why when my daughter be running, she be saying that it hurts right here where her feeding tube was, which that now when she was 1, that it fell out. The way it's kept in was it was like a tube like this, and then it was the button right here, and then it was a tube, and then it was a bubble that just got filled with water, and that's what held it from coming out of the hole in her stomach. Well, when she was 1, that fell out, and she wasn't using it anymore anyway, so the doctor told me to just leave it alone. It'll close up on, the hole will close up on its own. So that's what I did. And then, but now when she runs, she be saying that she be having pains and cramps right there. Like, y'all not better fuck my baby up, because y'all was supposed to been take me to do emergency C-section and get my baby out when you found out that she shit inside of me, because you know, he get into her lungs and cause her to die, and a whole bunch of other dumb shit that I think God did not happen. But the stuff that did happen was bad and scary and worse enough. But I was only 16 at the time, and my guardian wasn't aware enough to do nothing. That's a different story. But yeah, so I had made a post on my Facebook telling y'all to come watch my video, hear about my birth story time, and to find out how much my first child weighed at the age of 16, which I told y'all was 9 pounds 10 point something ounces. I forgot, but I know it was 9 pounds 10 point something ounces. And that was my first baby. She was big as hell. My dad was like, when they put her on the table, he was like, she looked like she was about to get up and walk off that motherfucker. She was so big. But no, I just wanted to come on here and give y'all a video, because I really want to give videos, like I say in every video. But it's like I be having videos for a couple days, and then it's like I don't know what to do. And then it's like have videos, and then it's like months go by, and then it's like I have videos, and then like I don't know what to do. But I just gotta find me some foundation so I can do my next video, which is the makeup video, which I don't even know how to do makeup video. I'm not a makeup guru. I'm not none of that. I'm just gonna be trying to do my own makeup because I just want to see what I can do, because I used to do my makeup back in the day, but not like all the stuff they do today. But I want to try it. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here because it's already like too long. And I'll probably try to throw in some pictures or clips when I can of her when she was young and had the feeding tube or the like face tubes and stuff. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know down below in the comments. If you did, subscribe. If you did, like. If you didn't, dislike. If you didn't, still comment, still subscribe, whatever. Give me pointers. I know I need to work on looking at the camera more, but it's like I'm not about to keep staring at this freaking black hole right here. Be trying to look at myself, then I'm trying to think what I'm trying to say, but here comes somebody. So I'll see you on the next video. Bye.